this weekend we have been to London Film and Comic Con. It's our first time at LFCC, and we're going to be reviewing the experience, ranting about the things we didn't like, and letting you know the things that we did like.
Yep.
So we went because Paul Wesley and Daniel Gillies were there. We were supposed to originally see Ian Somerhalder as well, but he had to pull out, which is sad, but...
It was very sad.
But he's filming his new show, so we get it. And then they replaced him with Daniel Gillies anyway, so still got 2 vampires. That was good. Like,
it was amazing.
It was. They were lovely. We went to their panel as well.
Couldn't really film much. We weren't supposed to film at all.
We sneakily filmed a couple of bits, but it's not.
But there were
very
loads
good.
of people filming anyways, so
yeah. They was like, if anybody's caught filming, we'll ask you to delete it and leave.
They didn't stop anyone from filming.
So we've got a couple of little clips which I'll insert in a second, but they're not very good because I like kind of hid it by my bag just to get a little bit of video.
But it was good because they were really funny.
They were.
Oh, I haven't been to London in a minute, and I mean, I love London. I'm a little jet lagged, so if I'm a little weird during this Q&A, you know why. Also had a couple of drinks last night. No, it's good. Daniel, what was the question? Paul answer. How we find it, we're loving it. We're loving it. We didn't realize how, well, you know, wildly popular I was in this part of the world, which is in how moderately plain he is. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I've had a few people ask me coming up and saying, "Is Daniel Gillies staying in this hotel?" Can you get his autograph for me?
There's a microphone. Just pick somebody. Yeah, pick someone.
Hi. How are you? This is to Daniel. I'll give you one after. What do you like playing on more? Would you like acting on more Vampire Diaries or the originals?
Saving Hope. Yeah.
You have to choose one.
I did. I just chose Saving Hope. I couldn't say. They're both such different experiences. I mean, my character changed radically after the Vampire Diaries. Once I got to the originals, he saw this. I'm kidding. It was... Oh, sorry.
And
It's annoying, I think, that you pay for these panels and then you're not allowed to film anything. Like at most cons that we've been to, like the panels have been free and you're allowed to like film and take
Do
pictures or
whatever you
whatever.
want.
Like, so it was annoying that, you know, you've paid for this and you're not allowed to film it. And it was also annoying that you've paid for it, but if you stand just the other side of the little wall, you can hear what's happening in there.
yeah, because
anyway.
we could hear like other talks later on in the day. So
and they had a massive screen as well, so if you stood further back outside, you
could
see
hear
the
it and
screen.
see it.
So it was kind of pointless having to pay for it. I guess if you wanted to ask them a question, then it's kind of worth it. But
And I'm pretty sure people snuck in.
yeah, the people behind us definitely did.
They came and sat behind us and was like, yeah, and we'll just sit here and hopefully it'll be alright.
I mean, they didn't even scan our ticket on the way in.
No.
So we probably could have got in without paying. She was just like, yeah, over there. Like,
Go to the back.
but no, it was a good talk. It was like, what, half an hour?
Yeah, 40 minutes maybe. Sunny.
It wasn't like you didn't have someone on the stage asking them questions. It was all audience questions, which was good because then it's not all the normal questions that you'd get.
No.
So that was good.
Yeah, definitely.
We had the worst journey there. We decided we was going to go and park in London and get the train the rest of the way. But it took us like 4.5 hours
We got
to get there.
almost all the way to the O2, which was where we were going to park. 15 minutes away, traffic.
And
roadworks.
So we ended up coming back and parking somewhere else and getting the train from there. So we didn't have, like, we literally had, like, what, half an hour before the panel?
Yeah, we didn't
when we
have
got
long
there.
between anything, so we didn't really get to do much of the actual con.
The stalls looked really good, which is really annoying.
But we've done cons at this place before, and we didn't realise how massive this place was, so that was interesting.
Yeah, it's the same place that Walker Stalker and Heroes and Villains are, and we've been there a couple of times. And they only literally used like half of it. We was like, who knew this building was this massive?
It was just huge.
But yeah, it was annoying that we didn't get a chance to look at all the stalls and things like that. But I think I'd definitely go again.
Definitely.
Just like look around all that. They had, it looked like they had more like movie prop stuff and things like that as well. So
Which would have been good if I knew what any of the movies they were from.
And then we went for our photos because we literally only had time to do our panel and the photos. That's all we had time to do.
We went to the panel. We had like, we were supposed to have, should I say, 10-15 minutes, if that, between the talk and the first photo. Obviously, while he's like, Daniel Gillies went round to get
the
himself
secret door.
to the secret door we didn't know about to get ready to do his photos. But it was not 15 minutes.
Matt Smith was in there before and overrun by like an hour. And apparently he wasn't even in there for half the time. He was at lunch. So our photos are overrun. But that's kind of the only thing that is really annoying, I think, about this one, is that they're all in these like different photo booths. So you've got like A to E or G or whatever. But there's no signs to let you know who's in there at the time or what batch number they're on. So I'll post a video of the queuing system that they had.
Wasn't a very good queuing
No,
system.
it was basically just a blob of people, and there was like no staff around really to ask them.
Until it was already about half an hour, 45 minutes after we were supposed to start our pictures.
A lady came along who wasn't actually supposed to be there, she said, and she was just trying to answer people's questions as best she could.
But she didn't know anything.
No.
Like, she didn't know much because no one had told her anything.
So when they do shout like who there is in next, you can't really hear them because there's so many people. Like, they've not got like megaphones or anything. But once they did start doing our photos, once you're in the queue, it does move really quick. But
we missed ours because we were like, she was like, oh, you're going to be about 40 minutes. So we were like, oh, we'll go get food.
the most disgusting food
It was
ever.
disgusting. Not their fault because it's part of like where the con's held. It's their food. It was disgusting.
£12 for a burger and chips that we
Bring
didn't
your own
eat.
But yeah, so we came back and we were like, what batch number are they on? And they were like, batch number 8 of Daniel Gillies. And we were like,
We're batch
3, like 2. And we were like, oh.
So then they just like put you in the queue. So if you miss your photo up, like say you're the AM photo batch and then they're doing a PM one, you can just jump into the next slot, which is good. Because our Daniel Gillies photo was supposed to be at like 10:35. Obviously we were stuck in traffic and that was never going to happen. So once they start getting you in, it does move really quick. But the staff inside the photo booths are really quite rude. We saw when we was in the Paul Wesley photo, there was one girl that had bought like a prop for her photo. So she had like a
Little
fairy
Grimm-
tales book
Grimm-
or something.
Brother Grimm book or something.
And Paul's security had told her it was fine to have that in her photo. She stepped up to Paul, got her book like out ready to look, and the woman that was the other side of Paul.
Don't know if she thought she was trying to get him to sign it or what. She was not having it though.
Yeah, but she like tried to grab this book off the girl and ended up like pulling the girl, like, and then tried to pull the girl out of the like photo.
And then the security, like Paul's security, stepped in. And
To
then
the point where Paul had to then step in and be like, no, it's okay. So we technically got to see Ripper Stefan.
which was great.
But like that lady was really rude. And then they've got like the photos inside, like you collect a photo inside the booth, which is
Didn't
kind
like.
of really unorganized and was in the way.
Because you've got to go, like, it's so quick paced. You're like woman on one, like person on one side pushing you towards the celebrity, and then person on the other side literally pulling you out of the way, and then a man standing by the printouts going, they come out in any order, just go round, go get your bag.
And you've got to leave your bag like so far away from where you're going, and then obviously they don't know whose bags are who, so anyone could just take your bag. So that was a bit like, oh, I don't really want to leave my stuff there, but you don't have a choice.
Don't have a choice. But they're going, move along, and we're like, we can't. There's like a stack of people, but he's getting angrier, so I'm having to squeeze through all these little gaps. It was just, I didn't like that experience that bit.
No.
It was a bit too much.
But the actual photos came out nice. Although we have seen people's like on Instagram where the person's like got their eyes closed, which I'm like, surely they should have let them go back and take another one. Like Heroes and Villains and Walker Stalker, if that happens there and you're not happy with your photo, you're allowed to go back in and take it again. So clearly they're not checking the photos when they hand them to you. But
Like, I don't think I would have been impressed if like mine or his eyes
Oh, no.
eyes were closed.
I would have been back in there like, no, I'm doing it again.
Like, I'm doing this until we get it right.
But no, they were lovely, and other than like the queuing system, everything was great. I think they just need to work on like crowd control for those.
Yeah, and there wasn't many staff around.
To ask
Like,
questions.
They had a lot of info desks on like one on each floor sort of thing, but wasn't really good enough, because if you're having an issue, like say someone had passed out or whatever, there was no one around to be like, excuse me, this person's not okay. And I don't like that.
No. Like at other cons, they've normally got staff everywhere, so it was a bit understaffed. But then, like we say, it's a lot bigger than the ones who've been there before, so maybe they had the same amount of staff, just
Not
enough for that amount. But, it's still not really good enough. But no, the con was great, and I think we'd definitely go again next year.
Definitely.
Even if there wasn't necessarily someone that we wanted to have a photo
Just
with.
to go look at all the booths and stuff.
Yeah,
we didn't
because
get a
they
chance.
looked really good. And then the autograph system, we didn't obviously get an autograph
chance.
with anyone because we didn't have the time. But from what I understand of it, you go up and you get like a little ticket with a number, and when they're calling around those numbers, that's when you queue. So that's quite good, because you don't have to spend your whole day in like one queue. So
And then
for
worry
next
about
year, if
you're
you've got the time.
You're not going to miss your like photo op with
Yeah.
someone. Like, I think that's good.
So all in all, it's a good con, and I would definitely go again.
Yeah, like even though we had a rubbish start, we still had a really good time. So
And that's what we were saying, wasn't it? Like, if your day starts rubbish and you still have a good time by the end of it, like,
you know it's worth it.
So,
And I don't think it was too expensive either.
no, it was like 21 for a ticket, I think.
Yeah, so we just had the 1 day ticket. We didn't
Yeah.
do like both days, 3
And
days
then-
or whatever.
Even like the photos weren't too expensive. I think Daniel Gillies was 36. I think Paul Wesley was 66. So that's really good, like price wise. The only thing is if you want like 2 people in one photo, you have to buy
both
2
have-
photos anyway.
So we both bought tickets, so we were like, oh, we might as well have our pictures on our own.
Yeah.
It was good though.
If you are in London for London Film and Comic Con next year, definitely check it out, because it's a good day. Like
It's definitely probably one of the better ones we've been to.
Maybe. I do really like Walker Stalker and Heroes and Villains. I think the only thing with them is they've not got as many stalls.
Like if you put the stalls that you had at Heroes and Villains, because I'm not a massive Walker Stalker fan, it'd be fine. Like I think that would be the best way, because the people they always have at Heroes and Villains is like great.
Yeah. So definitely check them out and comment, like, subscribe. If you went to London Film at Comic Con, let us know how your day was. Let us know what we missed out on and what we should do next year. And we will see you next week. Bye!